All right, for flat bench press, you want to get your feet into a comfortable position, sort of like how mine are, so you can incorporate leg drive into your lift. You're going to grip the bar right around those indentations with your ring finger or your pinky finger, whatever's comfortable. I like to bend the bar. It's a good mental cue to have a good grip. Make sure your forearms are in line with your elbows. You're going to drop the bar onto your nipples and then push with leg drive up through your chest. Make sure you're getting a good stretch using your pec muscles, and you're also going to be using your tricep muscles. Make sure your wrists are straight. Make sure you have a little bit of arch in your back. I like to pull myself up with the bar to get the slack out, keep the shoulder blades back, and those are the keys to getting a good bench press. So decline bench press is pretty much the same form as your flat bench press. Pinch your shoulders back, wrists straight, pinkies, ring fingers on that indentation. You're going to lift the bar up with your lats, bring it down, touch your nipples, and get a good squeeze of the pec muscles, and you're pumping the triceps as well. I'm going pretty fast in the video, but you want to control it on the way down, and I like to say explode with your movement on the way up. You want to have a good mechanical movement, controlling the weight. Again, lower weight while you're perfecting your technique will do fantastic things. Okay, this is an incline bench press. You can also use dumbbells to substitute for a barbell with any of these barbell dumbbell movements. They're interchangeable, so just pop them up like with your knees onto your chest. We're at about a 45-degree angle, shoulders back, and you're feeling the contraction of the pec muscle. Pushing your pecs together, you want to visualize as if you're squeezing a quarter between your pecs. That's your incline, and the chest obviously has the top fibers, the middle fibers, and the lower fibers, and the side fibers as well. So these three movements will hit incline will hit the top, flat bench will hit the middle, decline will hit the lower part of the chest, and then flies are going to hit the outside connectors where your pecs connect to your shoulders. So before I kick the weights up like that onto my shoulders, I like to get situated with my feet correctly, my back, butt, everything properly positioned for my set. And with shoulder press, you're just going to raise them up. Again, bring the arms down to about a 90-degree. Keep your wrists straight, slow, controlled movement, focusing on pushing through your feet and up through your shoulders, getting a good stretch, making sure you're getting that mind muscle connection to grow your shoulders. Okay, for the front deltoid shoulder raise, you're going to set your cable all the way up to the bottom, get yourself a nice grip, and then you're going to step forward. You can see where the grip is a little bit behind my back so you can get a full stretch, and then we're going to raise it with the front delt primarily, hold it at the top. It should be a 180-degree angle, about straight line. You don't want to raise it above your head. You can see I stop at like shoulder level. I let it go behind my back, and I'm just getting a good stretch on that shoulder. This is the side lateral shoulder raise. It's going to hit the medial middle portion of your deltoid. And you're going to start with the cable at the bottom there, a little bit past your body again, so you can get a full stretch on that shoulder muscle. Pause with it at the top. Explode, but controlled movement up. Pause, controlling it at the top, let it down slowly, feeling the muscle, working it, getting a good mind muscle connection, working it properly. Slow, controlled movements are going to build the most muscle, guys. This is how I hit my rear deltoid and rotator cuff. So you start with the cable at eye level and extend it straight outwards, slow and controlled movements, getting a good stretch on that rear delt and your rotator cuff. Great for the shoulders. Now I'm hitting decline flies. These are going to hit the lower portion of your chest as well as those connector chest muscles between your chest and your shoulder blades I was talking about. You start with it all the way at the bottom. I'm talking about the cables at the bottom, and focus on squeezing a quarter between your pecs and getting a good stretch on that chest muscle. The more you feel your chest muscles activate, the more chest you're going to grow. It's pretty simple. All right, these are the medial chest flies. You're going to focus again on the pecs, setting the cable, to the middle point, slow controlled movements. Just getting a good stretch on that pec. Try not to use your arms or your back. Focus on using your pec muscles. And we have the incline flies where you're setting up the cables all the way to the top and focusing on the upper chest fibers. It's the same thing as all the other flies. You're going to step forward, controlled movements, stretching those chest fibers out, focusing on using the chest fibers, not your arms. This is a chest movement, hitting that portion of the chest primarily between the chest and the shoulders. Now you will see how I hit my triceps. This is the tricep extension, and I'm focusing on the bottom portion, the long head, I believe it is, of my tricep with this. It's similar to a skull crusher. You can also take a rope that you'll use for your triceps with your tricep pull downs. You can take a rope, take it over your head if you set the cable up high, and do a tricep extension over your head. Very simple but effective, important movement for growing your triceps, guys. Here we have the classic tricep push down or pull down rather. Focus on tricep contraction. Look at my form, how I kind of bend over, and I'm focusing on only using that tricep muscle. You don't want to use back, you don't want to use shoulder. You want to focus on that tricep muscle and only the tricep muscle. This is a staple point in growing the tricep, guys. Very important, enjoyable movement. This is the skull crusher where you'll grab a easy bar or some other form of barbell like weight. You'll put it over your head just like I am and essentially want to touch the bar to your forehead. You're focusing on using your triceps here. Good form, just a tricep extension, growing them triceps, guys. It's not rocket science. A lot of it's bro science, but the bro science works. So let's get them gains. Last but not least is the dip. You're going to be working your triceps and your chest here. The more spread out your arms are, the more chest you're going to use. The closer your arms are together, the more tricep you're going to be using. This is typically my finisher. And again, any of these movements in this entire workout can be done in your preferred order. Whatever you're going to enjoy more, do it that way, man. Working out should be fun.